Hello everyone. In today's video I will be solving the previous midterm example that we have here at Ajman University in the CAD II course, and I got some 3D shots for the my dear student at Ajman University. This is the video for you to show you how to solve the previous semester midterm exam. It's a very easy exam, to be honest, around 2 or 2.5 hours, something like that. And very basic small house, 1 story. And as you can see in the provided PDF, that's the 3D of it. I also, if you have a go with my dear students, to the Ajman University portal, or the Moodle actually, if you go to the week 6, this is the material that you need for your midterm example. So those are the 2 DWG right here, and the rest are a PDF and get some more detail. Don't forget to have a look at the grades and the questions, and the grade example can give you a good indication of how the grade has been distributed, and try to reach out for every topic so you know where is the grade going and which part to focus on. And again, you also have to have a look at the questions. Don't just jump and model the thing. So have a look at the questions, read them carefully, and see what is actually required. In AutoCAD, I will be starting, of course, by opening the file. Make sure these CAD files are already both opened, which is, you see that we have a ground floor here, and we have the roof in as a floor plan in a different document. Have a look at the ground floor. Try to turn off the layers that doesn't, the descriptive layer or the annotation layer that give information like the dimension. We don't need that. Just use the off layer command and turn off the grid, turn off the bubbles, and you can even turn off the text. It's make not a big difference for us. It's just a basic, very small building. As you can see, I'm going to turn off the text. This continuous green line actually should be, more of a hidden line. Yep, probably 100 will show those hidden lines that represent for what is actually happening upstairs. That's the floor or the roof. The boundary where the slab. You go to the roof, and you can just simply copy paste, all this, and come to this one. I hit Control C on my keyboard. In a very rare case that you don't know how to copy paste, and Control V, and just place it here. And again, you might need to turn off if they are placed in an incorrect layer. Okay, maybe this one is incorrect layer. Okay, no, it's in a proper separated layer, so I can turn it off. So now probably we don't need that anymore. You can keep it just for the sake of reading levels if you turn them off, but I will be depending on this file to send the information to to Max. So probably you noticed that excuse me. Probably you noticed that their units is already been shown in the dimension that we turned them off. So it'd be a good idea to hit UN and then space. Have a look at your units. It's millimeter. So go to the 3D Studio Max, and again in the customize setting, you go for the customize unit setup or unit setup immediately here, and make sure that these are matching whatever you have in AutoCAD. So you have millimeter here, and I would also prefer to make this one also as millimeters. So always match whatever been given to you inside AutoCAD. Back to CAD. Alright, so now create a new layer, LA, and then space. I'm going to create a layer here. I'll call it lots of zeros. So that will represent the active top layer. Just hit double click here, so it will be active. Give it the most ugliest color you want. For me, I think magenta. It's good to pick something eye-catchy, so when you send it to Max, it will be immediately pop up. Don't choose white or yellow or blue. Just you're gonna step by step understand why, because they are the default coloring for selecting and non-selected objects. Now use the polyline command and just trace, the outer points or outer edges of your exterior wall. So always start up by making the exterior walls, my friends. So that's what I'm doing. C space to close. Probably you need to know the thickness of the wall. Just hit dimension. I'm assuming 250 or 200. So 250, it's not what I want. Just too lazy to put dimension. Okay, so 200 will do the trick. Deleting the inner one. So these are my walls or exterior walls. And the basic rule that we spoke about several times in the lecture, that the exterior wall, when you send them to Max, you have to follow the location of them or their level or the Z value of them. Always look at the lower level that, on both sides. So if it's 0 and here minus 100 and here minus 100, so you have to place them at a minus 100 in 3D Studio Max. Anywho, W space, right block, so we can send them separately to AutoCAD. Okay, so I'm gonna select this point and I'm gonna select this line. Select by clicking, don't select by window or crossing. Pick point, my shared base point. It will be the top left of the building, so this one. And I'm gonna click in here, and now we need to have a look at where to save them. I don't know, I'm gonna go to my desktop. I don't know if I created a folder for that. Whew, it's too much folders there. Yeah, midterm YouTube example, and I will be calling those as they are, which is exterior walls. Hit save, my friends, and hit OK, and that will be exported. And now they are a separated AutoCAD file for those only two lines. Back to Max, and we're gonna have to import those, and again to the desktop. Again, look out for the folder we just created. Too much folders again. I don't even remember what's the name. That's bad. Okay, it should be midterm or YouTube. Where is it? Yeah. Now pick it and ignore whatever warning messages. Just say OK, and now you get your external walls ready. And now that's the benefit of having the magenta or the ugly color. Just to distinguish it from. Now there is nothing to be distinguished from, but later on when it's accumulated too much objects, you're gonna need something to distinguish your work. Right click the new file from those who actually you sent. Right click on the move. Now the Z value, as we said, rule number 1, exterior wall, always follow the lower level. Now the extrude value, I'm just gonna add an extrude as a modifier. Okay, just hit E, look for the extrude command, and I don't know how much to add, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to AutoCAD again, and it will be really genius to draw a section. So I'm gonna draw a line. I have no no whiteboard in here, so I will be in a need for a small sketchy thing. So if this is my 0, 0, it will be always great idea to draw the section. So if this is my 0, 0, I highly encourage you to do the same thing in the midterm. So this is my 0, 0. And again, I said that the wall will start up from minus 100. So I'm going to go offset 100. Okay, so this is the minus 100. And now the top of the wall, you see the slab is a 3,800. But if you have a go back to the 3D shot, always have a look at the 3D shot and the sections. They can give you a good detail. You will be noticing that, you know, it starts up from -100. That's well understood. Now that's the 3800 as AutoCAD said. Beautiful. But we need really to know the thickness of the slab. I know this might be not realistic. In a real life scenario, you're not going to see the slab, but let's do whatever has been given for us in this exam. So it should be stopped at the lower edge of the slab. So let me draw the 3800 as long as I know it. So 3800 offset 3800. So this is what I got. And I'm gonna even just take this one with me here, right here. Okay, and if you want, just nitpicking in here, I'm gonna take this one, put it here. All right, so now we need to know the thickness of the slab. Back to the PDF, and back here, probably have a good look at the question, or have a look at the sections and elevation if you have, and you will be seeing that the thickness, that's what I was drawing. That's a 3800, and the thickness of the slab is 250. Now it's the time to go back to CAD, offset 250, and just draw this. So your wall, my friends, of course that's the 00. We have nothing to do with this guy, so I'm just gonna change his color or its color to whatever. That my slab is actually starting from, you know, starting from this point, which is -100, right, and ending up by beneath the 3800. You can just do the mathematics. From here to here it's 100, and from here to here it's 3800 minus 250, or just go DLI, by the way. That's another trick to know, you know, D space. Probably we need to change the overall scale of the dimension, and it's a 3650, and yes, I don't like the scale of that guy, so I'm just gonna make it 200, or even maybe 400, I don't know. All right, so that's better. 3650, that's the extrude value that you have to put in here. So 3650, or do it mathematically as I show you in the class, but I know most of you doesn't like math for lots of reasons. I'm just gonna drag and drop the material here, and that's my walls, the exterior walls. Now we'll back to AutoCAD, and okay, now the inside wall, the inside slab is this dude here. It's located on level 0, and that applies for the second rule, which is horizontal surfaces. The Z value or the level is the same as written in AutoCAD, and the extrude should be -200 or 300, depend on the case. So I'm gonna right block here, W space, and I'm gonna select only the inside line, polyline actually. My pick point for the base point is the same, which this is our reference, and I'm gonna go and just name it GF slab or whatever. Hit OK, back to max, and then go to import, my friends, and GF slab. That's what I'm gonna do. Hit OK. Now that's the power of the ugly color. I say to see the magenta, you can distinguish it immediately. If you select it in max accidentally, you know, because lots of you doesn't know that this is a 3D element, by clicking on that object, always look at the extrude. So just give it another click until you select something that it doesn't have an extrude on it. Now we said level horizontal surfaces following rule number 2, which is the Z value should be follow AutoCAD, so it's a happy coincidence, is 0. Just add an extrude for it, and the extrude I will use -200. So and just gonna drop the material on it. Have a look at what you're doing in the elevation or in this side. See this one? So the power of using minus is when you select it, immediately this tell you the level of the ground floor, and that's what you need as an architect or an end designer. Some people, of course, the extrude should be minus. Some people, and that's the minus 100. Some people say, why don't you put it just minus 200 and the extrude positive 200? Yes, you can, and it's true geometrically. And if you do that in the exam, I will be sad, but I will be giving you a full grade. It's okay. But try to learn the best, because when you select the slab, you need to see the level, and it's kind of, more beneficial as a designer to select something and you immediately see the floor finish of it. Now the upper floor, it is, if you have a look, if you go back to the 3D objects and the 3D shot, sorry, the PDF, you're going to see that it is all the way continuously, with a U shape without those chopped part. So back to CAD, we have it already there. I'm just going to get rid of those magenta things in here. Some people suggest I'm going to trace those. Lots of my students, it's okay. And some people just say, no, I'm going to polyline those. Both are correct, and then you're going to move them there. This this roof plan is just a reference for us. You're not supposed to send by right block immediately from it. You must send it using the reference point that we had. C space, don't forget. So this is my reference point here to the reference point right over here. Now this is the slab, outer edges of the slab, and again I took the inside for the ground floor because I don't see the ground floor slab in here, but from the upper slab I see the outer line of the slab, as it might be, make no sense. It shouldn't be seen in here. I know, just follow whatever given to you in the exam. All right, so back to, where were we? Back to CAD. So we need to send that with the right block. God, I forgot if I did that. Select this dude, hit space, that's the point, the top left corner, and it's gonna be a roof slab. All right, hit save, hit OK, back to CAD, sorry, back to Max, and again file, import, and then import, and I'm gonna go slabs again and hit OK. Okay, now second magenta line. Now second rule applies. It's a horizontal surface, so the Z or the level will be 3,800, whatever written in AutoCAD, and the extrude, we said it should be minus 200 or 250 or minus 300 even, depend on the situation. So you remember that we got this from the section, and it's in here minus 200. So I'm gonna put it here, and the extrude will be downward that way. That's why it's minus 250. Some people want to put it in 3,650 with a positive 250. Again, I will be sad, but it's correct. I'll prefer to put it 3,800 with a minus 250. So max it, follow whatever second rule it said, 3,800. So the level, whatever we have in AutoCAD. I can just, copy the extrude modifier, too lazy to put it again, and paste it here. I'm gonna drop a material on it, and there will be a gap, of course, because the lower one was only 250, and sorry, only 200. Now I'm gonna make it 250, and even this one, to be honest, just to be consistent with those, I'll make them 250. So you see, when you make it 250, it won't affect because it's pushed downward. That's the super other benefit of, keep it at the AutoCAD level, and always the extrude is a minus thing. Now F4 probably will be okay. No, yep. So function in F4, so I can see the edges. That's beauty, as you can see. Now we need to put the parapet on that. and I will do that in the next video in a couple of minutes. I just need to have some water and have a break. So stay tuned. I'll be back.